I'm going to read Stars, which is a National Geographic book. Oh, by Steve Tomek. Look up at the stars on a clear, dark night. It's amazing how many you can see. Choose one star and make a wish. Have you ever wondered where stars go in the daytime? Why stars shine so bright in the night? What stars are made of? Come along with us to learn all about stars. If you want to see stars, you have to wait until it gets dark. Where do stars go in the daytime? Nowhere. Even though you can't see them, stars are still shining in the sky. The shining sun makes the sky so bright that starlight can't be seen. As the sun begins to set, the sky gets darker. Then one by one, the stars start to appear. Sometimes even at night, it's hard for you to see the stars. That's especially true if you live in a city where there are many bright lights. This is because the lights act like the sun. They make the sky too bright for you to see the stars. Out in the country, far from the city, there are fewer bright lights. Here you can really see the stars. They look like they go on forever. What do stars look like? People sometimes draw stars with little points, but real stars don't have points. They are round, just like our sun. In fact, our sun is a star. It's our star, the closest one to Earth. Even though stars look like little dots, they are huge, just like our sun. They are gigantic balls of hot, glowing gas. So why do stars look so much smaller than our sun? It's because they're much farther away. From here on Earth, the sun looks like the biggest, brightest star, but compared to many other stars, our sun is small. It only looks very big to us because it's much closer to Earth than the other stars. If you could get on a rocket ship and fly away from our sun, the sun would look like it's getting smaller and smaller. When you were really far away, our sun would look just like a little dot. It would look just like the stars you see in the night sky. How far away are the stars? They look as though they're all at the same distance away. In fact, stars are so far away that your eyes can't tell that some stars are closer to Earth than others. Scientists use a measurement called a light year to measure the distance of stars. 1 light year is equal to almost 6 trillion miles. Our sun, the closest star to Earth, is about 93 million miles away. The next closest star to us is called Proxima Centauri. It is a little more than 4 light years away from Earth. That doesn't sound like much, but if we put it in miles, Proxima Centauri is more than 25 trillion miles away. Most stars are much farther away from us than that. The farthest stars are more than 14 billion light years away. Not all stars are the same. You've probably noticed that some stars look bright and then some look dim. Some stars look bright because they are very, very hot. Other stars look bright because they are very, very big. Some stars, like our sun, look bright because they are close to Earth. This can be confusing. It means that a small, hot star that is far away can look dimmer than a cool, big star that is closer to Earth. Astronomers, scientists who study stars look for other clues besides brightness to learn what a star is like. And it says brightness, size, color, temperature. One clue that astronomers use is the color of the star. Most stars look white at first, but if you go where it's really dark and look carefully, you'll see that some stars are red, some are yellow, some really are white, and some are even blue. Red stars are hot, white stars are very hot, blue stars are very, very hot, Our sun is a yellow star. Yellow stars are in between red stars and white stars in temperature. Where would our sun fall on the chart below? Well, it looks yellow, so I think it would be here. Or maybe in the middle, because sometimes it looks more orangish. In ancient times, people saw patterns in the stars. You can also use the stars to imagine pictures, just like playing connect the dots. These pictures make out stars called constellations. Here's Leo. You can see where the stars are connected. And Gemini and Taurus. This is showing the North Pole. Uh-oh, I have to turn this around to read it. If you live in the southern half of the world, one famous constellation is called Crux, or the Southern Cross. It's a pattern of 4 stars. Here's Scorpius and Lupus. You turn it back. Orion, the hunter, is another famous constellation. If you live in the northern half of the world, Orion is easy to find in the evening sky during the winter. Just look for 3 stars in a row. These 3 stars make up Orion's belt. Then you can trace the rest of Orion. The constellation Orion has some interesting stars in it. The star in Orion's left shoulder is red. This star is named Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse looks very bright because it is gigantic. Astronomers think that Betelgeuse is more than 300 times bigger than our sun. It looks like a bright dot instead of a giant ball because it's so far away. There is a blue star named Rigel by Orion's right foot. Since Rigel is blue, we know it is much hotter than our sun. Because it is so hot, it is also very bright. If you watch the night sky for a few hours, you'll see that stars seem to move slowly across the sky. They all seem to move together, and the patterns of the constellations don't change. Just like our sun, stars rise in the east and set in the west. Even though it looks like the stars are moving around our Earth, they're not. It's really Earth that's moving. During each day, our Earth spins once around like a giant top. This is what makes the stars seem to rise and set. In the northern part of the world, you can see one star that never seems to move. This star is called Polaris. Polaris is also known by another name. It's called the North Star because it's always found in the northern part of the sky. Long ago, people discovered that they could use it to find their direction here on Earth. Many people think that the North Star is one of the brightest stars. It's not. To find the North Star, you can use a simple trick. First, find 7 stars that make the shape of a ladle. This pattern is called the Big Dipper. Follow the last 2 stars in the bowl of the dipper, and that will lead you to the North Star. There is no South Star. People who live in the southern part of the world use the Southern Cross to help guide them. Some stars are big, some stars are bright. All stars are made of hot glowing gas, just like our sun. The sun is our star, the only one near our Earth. When you wish upon a star, you're really wishing on a far-off sun, and that sun might have a planet just like our Earth going around it. Who knows? Maybe someone on a planet going around another star is looking at our sun, wishing upon our star. The end.